Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, True Ali Amin. First all rise, giving infinite praises and perfect praises to Allah, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Honors to all divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, all prophets, major and minor prophets I have not mentioned. Honors to the Jesus return for the people, for the Moorish Americans, for people all over this world, Prophet Noble Jawali. Honors to his forerunner, the John the Baptist return, for the Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay in his day and time. Honors to the UNIA, the past leaders who kept the movement going until the wheels fall off. Honors to the more science of America, past, present, and future leaders, and yet an unborn is yet to come. Honors to you all. Honors to all harbingers, sons and daughters who have fathers and mothers who paved the way for them to be a member of the more science of America. Today's show is Lyft Expression. Goes out to all people who are currently doing Lyft rides. Unfortunately, the app is about to has shut down a lot of people regarding their Lyft app. Based upon my personal experience, they were looking forward to people getting a 2014 model or higher to operate Lyft because their counterpart of Waymo has came into an effect and they're dominating the industry of rides. And the problem is that you have no control, no say so of what's going on. So this stuff that's going on right now is far worse than what it has been over the years. Waymo is going to dominate the industry whether you like it or not. They're going to train all these Waymos to take over the industry of Lyft, and Lyft drivers, human Lyft drivers, are going to continue to be obsolete. And I'm going to say that based upon what I see. And by me doing a Lyft, I wasn't able to make the same much money as I was able to make at that time. But yet and still, people still want to go ahead and operate with Lyft. David McMahon, yeah, you're boring. You're very boring. It's obvious. But you have to take into consideration that AI is definitely taking over. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to choose it or not, you have no control. You don't even have control over yourself, your lifestyle, or whatever. You know you're being owned by corporations, and the same corporations that own you is the same ones that's own your whole lifestyle. And no matter how much money you make, it's still not gonna matter because your hands of your money is allegedly belongs to the U.S. government that has no value. And there's no value upon your life until you have hit rock bottom, until you kick the bucket, until you croak like a frog. But the Lyft expression is all based on what the powers that be see what fits. And the common people have no say so on what's going on. You have a lot of Lyft allegations, and a lot of this stuff is true, related to a lot of people who have experienced being essayed. And I don't mean something that you write on a piece of paper to turn into a school for a grade. No, I'm not talking about the essay. The actual letter S and letter A, sexual assault. And, my thing is the Lyft app is going to plummet because they're going to lose a lot of their drivers, and a lot of their drivers who don't want to comply with the 2014 model or higher will definitely lose out on making money. So that means they will have to switch over to Uber. But and Lyft already have a contract with Waymo, the self-driving car. So at the end of the day, you don't have a choice. But the only thing I can say to you all is this: that you all have a choice on decide on what career you're gonna do. If you're retired, that's one thing, but there's always work to do. I mean, you got DoorDash. I mean, I'm just starting off today, but all is well. Complain. But everything in life is a learning experience. Now the question is, are you willing to learn to better your condition, or are you gonna fall under that Lyft experience? And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these places that you were able to talk to peer to peer, human and to human or whatever, they have basically canceled that out, and that has exactly plummeted because they don't want they want to eliminate as many bodies as possible that is lively working. So in order to replace a live person, you're not going to pay AI no money because all they're doing is being a robot. So the idea of this new form of Jim Crow has already put the AI at a rate of being high at work. And I don't mean that type of high where you're exalting your thinking, or you're took upon some substance and all of a sudden now you're a zombie like or whatever. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that these situations, that a lot of these businesses are being taken over by robots, and people don't have to worry about paying wages, and people have to worry about these issues and talking back and being not courteous or whatever the case may be, or maybe they lost their home training when they got to the streets. I don't know. But you ain't got to worry about with the AI, because AI is going to do what it do. You don't have to pay the robot to do anything. But at the end of the day, you have to decide what you're going to do. Me personally, I'm getting into a lot of things myself. But at the same token, I'm learning as an apprentice. So praise Allah for that. There's nothing wrong with trying to learn and try to better your condition, because you're not going to be able to get on the phone and call nobody and say, oh, can you help me out with this? I see that you're an electrician or plumber or whatever. No, those things are still going to be here. But as far as like people trying to be handy, these young men try to be handy, nope, it's not going to happen, because there's so much tracing the dollar, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Teslas, and the things that has everything to do with the cares of the world. I don't have no say so. None of the so-called Negro, blacks, and colors have, or Latino, Chicano, Hispanics have any say so in anything that's going on. Whether we want to accept the truth or not, whether we're being blindsided with some hokey pokey or some evil way of thinking, we tend to think that, oh, the dollar's not going to crash. Oh, yeah, it's about to happen. It's about to happen in due time. You have to understand that your life is very valid and very important, to the point where you have to decide what you're going to do with your children, because they can't raise themselves. They get poor advice from people who are the same age as them, or maybe like their peers, and they haven't even lived long enough to be able to give advice. Just being honest. But without a tree without is like a fruit from a tree is like a tree without roots. So you have to decide what you're gonna do. Me, I'm already decide what I'm gonna do. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. Preparation is the key. Whether we want to hold people accountable, but yet and still people on this Lyft experience cannot hold themselves accountable for upon their heinous acts and their unjust deeds and their hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, stuff, and everything at harm, wishing they could do the same thing, but they have made poor decisions. I made poor decisions as well. That ain't nothing new to me. All I'm saying is this. I want to acknowledge all those people out there who got their little side gig going on. Honest to those who are still doing Uber and Lyft, but that is only going to last for a certain amount of time. And you have to prepare yourself for something else. There's no guarantee you're going to continue to do Uber or Lyft forever. And this is why it's important to make sure that you have your I's dotted and your T's and X's crossed. Because there's nothing new based upon what you see. But what the unseen sees is that you people are going to pass your physical form. And there's no truth in it. I know that works in our tribulations, that they see they are Jews and are not. And their synagogues is Satan. These are the things that you have to be concerned about. Synagogues is running pretty much Waymo, and they are the ones who are deciding whether their loved one has passed away or what have you, based upon the observation of your own perception. Once you manipulate or change something, or you change your mind on something, that means that you're not genuine to begin with. And this is where this Mandela effect comes in. You see it, but then you don't see it. Right now, that's what it's about. It's all about making sure that you have everything that you need to not worry, have to want for nothing. I mean, I'm just speaking on based upon facts and what I know. But we got people like David McMahon over here, looking like the fat version of Vince McMahon. He's so fat he can't even move and make one step without breaking his legs. That's sad. But at the end of all of this madness, we have to make a choice on what we're going to do and how we're going to live our life. That's what we're going to have to do. So without doubt or contradiction, we have to hold not only ourselves accountable, but what we must open our hearts and minds up to see what really is and what's really not. So with that being said, the show is short, 15 minutes or less. So peace and love, family. I'm going to close this out with the more Shamiric prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, Islam. Peace and love. I'm out.